Hi, welcome to another episode of Benink's Whiskey World's Blind Tasting. We're gonna discover another whiskey in here. I'm very curious to find out what it will be today. I hope it's a little bit better than it was the last couple of weeks, because both last weeks as the week before that were whiskies that turned out not to be my favorites. Now, of course, it's always about taste, and taste can be very personal. So it might be that you like those whiskies, great. Um, but I'm here to give my opinion about it, and if it's not that good to my taste, I will tell you. I think that's the best way to do it. It gives everybody an honest view about the whiskey. That's why I'm doing this blind. So let's take a look what we're gonna have today, and I'll start with nosing it as usual before I continue to taste it. And then I give my opinion, trying to discern which whiskey it is. I'm happy you're watching, and let's see what we're gonna get today. Lots of caramel, honey, and it has an oily nose, like it smells thick. It can be because it has quite some alcohol, a high ABV. I'm not sure about that yet. So it's fruity. I wouldn't be surprised actually if this might be finished. Get some berries, like cranberries, vanilla, a little bit of mint. A lot of different flavors that don't make me go in one direction from the start. Also a little bit of oakiness. I don't think it has peated, or it's lightly peated. But I like the nose. It's a good start. Let's see what we're gonna get further. But the start it's promising. I don't think it's sherried, to be honest. But it might be a wine finish, or just bourbon cask. When I'm here, I also have the feeling that it can be a little bit of peat, but I guess it's just from the oak, to be honest. So yeah, it's fruity, lots of berries. I think it's cranberries, and the other word I lost it what it's in English. But I think in Dutch it will be framboos. I will take a look which note that is exactly in English, so I know it for next time. Also some winey notes. So perhaps it is a wine cask finish. I don't know. Let's taste it. See what we get there. Well, it's nice first of all, and it's not 40% ABV. So the notes that I got before, which I was like, it can be that's from the higher ABV. This is a whiskey with a higher ABV. I'm inclined to say cask strength. I think this will be a cask strength whiskey. The mouth is very full. It's a little bit peppery. It's tasty, peppery, but it's also sweet at the same time. There is some oak influence, some wood influence. Let's see what I get more. There's some milk chocolate. It's lingering on your tongue. It's difficult to pinpoint it, to focus on one whiskey. I don't think it is peated. On the back of your tongue, I'm now also getting a little bit of licorice. I really like this. It's a nice whiskey, yeah. So the nose is very versatile, I guess I would say. There are a lot of different angles that you can look at this whiskey and that you can discover. But I think I like the palate even more, which is positive. It's a nice whiskey, I just have no idea what it is. Yeah, some mocha, some caramel, also some spices, perhaps some darker fruits. And there's this light tinting that can be from peat in very low amounts, or it's from the wood spices, which can mean, as the one that I had last week, it can mean that it's a longer maturation or it's in an active cask. It's difficult to say what it is, to be honest. I'm really enjoying it. The distillery it's difficult to pinpoint, to be honest. Like somehow the mouthfeel and the taste makes me think about Springbank, but I'm not sure about that. And otherwise, it's difficult. Maturation in which casks? I'm going for ex-bourbon with perhaps a finish. And then I would go for a lighter style of spirit finish, like perhaps a port cask finish or a rum cask, perhaps wine. I mentioned almost all the casks, but there are no. But I don't think it's sherry, to be honest. Interesting. Let me add some water. 2 teaspoons. The whiskey is amazing without water. But let's see if we see a shift in the flavors. Let me check what the time it is, by the way. More caramel, more mocha. It's now a little bit less peppery because of the water watered down. I don't think it's peated. But yeah, the darker chocolate notes. It does keep a little bit of the wood spices, which I really like. But cask age perhaps a little bit older. But I'm not sure about that. I don't think it's a young whiskey, let's say that way. I will stop the recording and restart it because I think we're almost at the mark that I run out of space. So yeah, up to now the only thing that I've mentioned was Springbank. And it could still be. But I'm not 100% sure about that, for sure. Yeah, I'm sure that I'm not sure about it. Okay, the nose with water has become less interesting. So for the nose I wouldn't add any water. For the taste makes it a little bit gentler. There is some citrus fruits, still the chocolate, which shifts from milk chocolate to darker chocolate depending on the sip. There is some honey, caramel. I'm thinking this is a cask strength whiskey. I'm thinking this is about about 10-12 years old. Bourbon cask matured with perhaps a finish. The only distillery that I've mentioned is Springbank, but it probably won't be Springbank. Let's see what it is. I have no idea. I'm a little bit stuck with this one. but it is a very good whiskey. So price wise, cask strength, I wouldn't be surprised if this would be in the 100 euro pounds, more or less. Yeah, it's a nice whiskey. Alright, this is the T155. Oh wow. So the T155 is Wemyss Malts The Hive batch strength number 1. I didn't get that. Yes, I did get that honey. I did get the honey. Because the hive, of course, from the bees is supposed to be a little bit of a honeyed style of whiskey. So yeah, cask strength or batch strength, 55.4%. It's very nice. And it is a lot cheaper than 100 euros. Batch number 1 I don't think is available anymore, but batch 2 is. And I recommend it. I do. So the hive is a little bit, yeah, it's a blend of whiskies which give them a little bit of the honeyed style. I get a lot of caramel, some chocolates. It has an oily mouthfeel. It's lovely at cask strength. When you add a little bit of water, I only added 2 teaspoons, you lose the nose, in my opinion. So I wouldn't do that. Taste wise, you don't lose much on the taste, it just changes. I prefer this whiskey cask strength, but you can experiment a little bit to see what is your taste about it. But I really recommend it. It's a lovely blended whiskey. I think it's a blended malt. It's Wemyss Malts, so yeah, it should be a blended malt whiskey from different distilleries over Scotland. Yeah, I recommend it. I know batch 2 is out. I think you could still try to pick it up, and it's interesting. It's a nice whiskey. If batch 2 is similar as batch 1, I would say try it out. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out all my other videos. Well, not all, you can, but you don't have to. But here you got what YouTube recommends. Here you can see my other blind tastings. Thanks for sticking around with me. Thanks for watching this episode. I'll be back next week and I hope to have another interesting whiskey that I like. If you want to support me, click one of the links in the description if you want to buy something. And you can also support me through Patreon. Have a great day and enjoy your whiskies.